No children can watch my videos, and spoilers obviously, so you haven't played the game yet or you haven't watched it, go do so. Well guys, we did it. 5 chapters of Playtime, 6 years of Playtime, and today we finally got chapter 5, Broken Things, which features the main antagonist behind the onslaughter, as well as a whole group of other unique monsters and some returning ones. So instead of doing a chapter review, since my first reviews on chapter 1 and 2 got no views whatsoever, plus they were really hard and long to set up, instead we're going to go through each villain and my thoughts on their designs and how they're executed. We're going to start with the mascot of the series and first returning classic, Huggy Wuggy. After his boss fight that became famous in chapter 1, Huggy is now looking worse for wear. He still has his sharp teeth, but they're more disjointed, and his second mouth is hanging. He has bandages all on him. You can see cotton blood on him. And some skills more weaker due to such, he's also missing an arm. Huggy bangs down the door that was in the labs from the last chapter so he can get his revenge. This chase scene, in my opinion, is better than his first one because, 1, the graphics are much better, and 2, he's more of a roaming enemy throughout the chapter. There's one specific part where you're in the elevator and Huggy is banging on the walls through and through, trying to grab you. It is a really effective use of his hands. And this one scene where you get out of the elevator, he screams at you. He gets distracted by a picture of himself before he became disfigured. He gets mad and smashes it. Also, another detail I like is Huggy, when he screams, his lungs are more weaker because he got crushed and fell from a great height at the ending of chapter 1, and he has bandages around his lungs, so naturally he can't scream louder. He's about to kill the player, but he sees Kissy, who is also disfigured like he is. And you remember Huggy and Kissy, they had a relationship. They try to rekindle the relationship, but Huggy gets stabbed in his chest by Prototype, the main antagonist, killing him once and for real this time, on screen. Kissy tries to save her man, but she falls weakly due to disfigurement, and she gets stabbed in the back by the Prototype. Now, moving on is a collection of characters I don't really care for. First off, Omelette. He does nothing. He's pretty much a weaker Yarnaby. He only exists to get stabbed to death by Giblet. Giblet serves as your new guy for the chapter as a replacement for Doughy the Dough Man, as he turned to the main antagonist in chapter 4 idea and alongside the Doctor, and he got crushed to death and frozen. And I'm gonna be real, I don't like the design. I'm sorry. Look, it's just not visually appealing to me. Like, Doughy, not only did I like his voice better, but I can see why people will buy a Doughy. He's cute, he's friendly, he's fatherly, and he's metal Play-Doh, so he can be molded. Why would anyone want to buy this? Or a fucking omelet? I don't even know what the hell an outlet is. But he's still a decent character, although his design could have been better. But hey, it's a lot better than... Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Are we for real right now? Are we dead ass? So, this is a new character named Chompkins. And he's a friend of Giblet, who is an outside guy. And he's pretty much a double agent. And... okay. What the fuck am I looking at? What is this supposed to be? Like, I can't even tell at all. Like, apparently, like, some theorize he's a part of the Wuggy lineup. And I get Huggy as a furry creature based off of South Park Kid. I can't tell with this thing at all. He looks like Patrick Star, but if he was a rooster, it was covered in fur. Like, it looks terrible. He has the ability to carry you in his stomach, which he does at one point to hide you from the Prototype. And because he tried to attack you earlier, because he thought you were working with the Prototype, he apologized and he just fucking dips. Yeah, that's all he does. I mean, it's a pleasure since I don't have to look at this garbage design, but still. Why was he here? Next up is thankfully a useful character, Lily Lovebraids. The fandom fucking hated this design when it first showed up. And honestly, it's not that bad. Listen, I rather look at this than this or this, especially this. So, having a look at this is a different change of pace. Now, I will say though, she's not scary. First off, like Baba Chomp's the female tags in the last chapter, Lily is way too small, and some of Mommy Longlegs, where she's an elastic-based female villain who is insane, but like Mommy, they make her too obviously insane. Like this part where she grabs you and takes you to her tea party, her eyes look like she's on crack. And she kidnapped Poppy to join her and meet the prototype, and look, I know the point of the game is supposed to be helpless, but like, look how small she is. You can't just kick her over and steal Poppy back. And she's kind of a bit of a forgettable character because, one, we already had crazy female attacks named Mommy Longlegs, and Mommy had the ability to stretch her arms and her limbs. Meanwhile, Lily Lovebrace has the ability to stretch her hair. And again, the smaller size compared to Mommy Longlegs is a bit of a downgrade. Although I will say I really like her voice acting. To which, a problem I have with Lily real quick, I noticed this during her cutscenes, but like, it feels like they were dubbed. Cause like she would be moving, her lips would activate a minute after a word or close too early. I don't know if that's a glitch because the game just came out today, but still, it's really awkward. It feels like it was being dubbed. So, her house gets destroyed by the prototype while she tries to summon him, and she blames the player for it, similar to Doey when his house got destroyed with his adopted children. However, just like Doey, she learns a whole way not to fuck with the player, as the player tips over her little battleground, and she falls into oblivion and gets crushed to death by the clouds she's standing on, killing her. Lily isn't my favorite character because I think she's just a watered down Mommy Longlegs, and her Dempsey was kind of just a weaker version of Doey's, but honestly, I don't mind as a character. I think she's kind of alright. Alright, time for the main antagonist and the one we've been waiting for. Experiment 1006, aka Prototype. Alright, let's get this elephant in the room, the design. The fans are divided. Some people appreciate it while others are disappointed. In my mind, it's a 50-50 design. I love the claws and the giant spider legs, but like, first off, this is supposed to be the prototype of the Bigger Body Initiative, yet he looks damn near completed. Like, I thought he was going to be a bony mess that needed other characters' dead body parts to make a suit for himself, but nah, he has his own suit. I do think the face should be a bit more skeletal, and I don't know why the fuck he's wearing a jester costume. Nigga looks like he's like a Pomni from Diddle Circus, and the move from Majora's Mask has sex and had an ugly, distorted baby, and then this is what it is. Michael Kulak still does a good job voicing Prototype, but you couldn't tell it was him, just like with Doey. Although, this design does look creepier in the darkness. When you put a light on him and he tries to be intimidating, it just looks, again, like Pomni cosplaying as Majora's Mask. Despite being the main antagonist, he only has 10 minutes of screen time, most of which is well gated to cutscenes. Like this one where he kills Huggy, or the other one where he meets Poppy, and I do like his voice where he calls us an outsider. And there's this any hallucination scene where he kills us, and then he takes us here and dunks our body into acid, but Gilbit revives us. His boss fight is okay. I wish we actually had weapons to fight the Prototype himself, because his boss fight consists of mainly running away, stacking items, and swinging to this place. But hey, Prototype is still alive, and we got some more chapters, so maybe in chapter 6 we can face off against him for real. And another surprise, at the end of the chapter where we get revived by Gilbert, he takes us to this machine and we bring back the Doctor, the main tags of chapter 4 alongside Doey the Dough Man. And Mob, thank you so much for bringing Holy Sawyer back. Because the Doctor, along with the Prototype, are the main tags of Poppy Playtime. They're the ones that Holy Sawyer's the one that caused the Bigger Body Initiative by killing the kids and having them possess the toys. And Prototype is the one who caused the Hour of Joy, causing the toys to become feral and kill the employees, thus having the factory become abandoned, and there was one to cannibalize each other for survival. And Doctor, despite being the main task in Chapter 4, lost screen time to Dowie, and his boss fight was so easy. You run upstairs with batteries, plug it in, go downstairs with batteries, plug that in, and then you unplug his cord like a phone. For the kill of the franchise, that is lame as fuck. And I'm so glad that he's brought back here so he can return Chapter 6 and have something meaningful. Hopefully a better boss fight, or at least something with a unique chase scene. Cause, yeah, that scene in Chapter 4 was hot garbage. So hopefully he and the Prototype can do something different in Chapter 6. So in the end, I think Huggy and Kissy's designs are fine. I never really care for them anyways, but still. Outmill doesn't need to exist. Chum is terrible. Gilbert is just a downgrade from the much better character / friend we had. And Lily Lovelace also feels like another imitation of a villain from a previous chapter and Mommy Longlegs, except without the bigger size. Prototype, I think, is definitely the best design of the weaker ones. I think the designs in this chapter are pretty weak, but Prototype helps out with his size, his claws, and his excellent voice acting, being able to actually match the design. So, I do like the designs of Broken Things as a hit or miss, but I hope Chapter 6 has more well-rounded designs that actually make sense. Because I'm not going to lie, here I kind of feel like they were just kind of making it for the sake of filling out a roster.